Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take.
Hi guys, today's quite an important day to me. After about 3 weeks of procrastinating, I've decided to sell my house up at Port Macquarie so I can get on and get around Australia and start photographing and filming this beautiful country that's been a dream for about 10 years. So it's all come to fruition. I've got all the checks and balances I need to do, and the last thing is selling the house. Bit concerned that I won't have a fixed address in Australia as my home, but you know, it is what it is. Let's start the adventure.
There's a fair bit of construction going on in Newcastle at the moment due to light rail, V8 supercars, and just all the developers seem to be getting approved with their high-rises. Quick top up at my local service station, always fair price diesel. A little over 3 years ago I used to travel this route from Newcastle to Port Macquarie twice a week. I did it for a little over a year and a half, I think it was. The house directly in front with the blue roof is my house that I'm putting up for sale. This is an aerial photo of the house when we moved in just over 3 years ago. Now there's a sealed driveway instead of gravel driveway just up the left of the house. Beautiful place to stop for a bite to eat for lunch. First up, I make myself a well-deserved hot cup of green tea in what I call the Drone Guy Cafe. So I make myself some pancakes with some fresh fruit, maple syrup, and of course the view.
Just left Port Macquarie on my way to Laurelton, then I'm going to stay at Camden Airport, little private airport. We're allowed to stay down by the river. So yeah, just heading to Laurelton and yeehaw, business done for the day.
About a year and a half ago I got the pleasure of filming this bridge with my drone, and here I am, you know, a year and a half later driving across it. Finished product. I got told about this camp stay or site we could stay at Camden Haven Private Airport. Apparently, from the locals, what they told me, it used to be owned by Dick Smith. And when you come out of Kew heading towards Newcastle, if you're going across the Camden Haven River, you look up to the right, you can actually see a house right on the verge of a cliff. Apparently Dick Smith owned that too. So I decided to try this out, and what a beautiful spot. It's an honesty system. It cost us $15 for the night to stay, but yeah, very enjoyable site. Was quite lucky on this site this time. I was the only one there. A lot of privacy. If there's one thing I really love, and that's an open fire, a glass of wine, and sitting down relaxing, just taking in everything around me. Even the moon rising above the river, beautiful. So after a few glasses of wine, it was time to hit the sack and go to bed for my next adventure in the morning. So in the morning I decided to go for a fly. Here's my pre-flight check of my drone and equipment and my landing pad, your little yellow board, and here's the result. Beautiful day. Little rickety jetty I stood on last night, probably about 9 o'clock at night, looking at the stars and listening to what was around me. The Camden Haven River and all its glory. I actually used to think this was John's River, because John's River is a little town to your left, but it's not. It's beautiful spot. This view's looking out towards the ocean. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous part of the country. Next time I come up this way I'll do a little bit of fishing. I had my fishing rods with me but wasn't prepared for it with bait and the local fish and what was going on, and my luck with fishing is not that great. So I packed up my camp, headed down the highway, which is what I don't like to stick on for too long. Pulled off to Fosterton Curry for a little tiki tour and have a look around, and down through Wallace Lake, Elizabeth Beach. It's not about going as fast as you can down the highway for me. It's more exploring and getting lost and finding some unique places. This is the beautiful Wallace Lakes. Nice spot to come. I normally, every time I'm passing, pull in here and stop and make myself a cup of tea or cold drink. And this is the Wallace Lake, but from the Elizabeth Beach end. Beautiful jetty, spectacular view. Nice spot just for a break. So I'm just about to head off to Tomago to do a aerial shoot of their facility. This is a second shoot for their facility. So here we go. We are dreaming in the dark. Couple of the local pedestrians I had to watch out for. Raymond Terrace. But you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Someone had a little bit of misfortune, a burnout ute on the side of the road at Heatherbrae. Yeah. So this is the Tomago facility. It's the old Forjax facility, which is now CivMet, and they're doing a whole heap of work on the site, replacing buildings, putting new buildings in, and this is the second shoot of a series of shoots that I'm doing for them. Yeah, it's an interesting site. I remember it as a kid.
Take it slow.
So this is an aerial view from the site. You can see the new blue building, which was mainly my focus this time. This place used to build submarines and shipbuilding parts, and at the moment it's prefab concrete, but I don't think that's their plan in the long run. They're really updating all of those buildings throughout the site. Still a beautiful, not a bad office to work from for them or myself. After the shoot, I got a flat tyre. Have never changed a flat tyre in the Winnebago yet, so it was quite an experience. Finding the tools, working how everything worked or didn't work. With the jack, you see me moving backwards and forwards here and trying to get in the right place. You actually can't when you got a flat tyre. The jack won't fit in its spot it needs to be, so I had to run the rim up on a piece of wood to get it higher so I could fit the jack under, and it's a little bit of a trial and error. And then I pull out the spanner to take off the nuts and work out that it bends and it's not that great, so I call the guys that put new tyres on my van, and he came out and I prepared it and helped him and replaced the tyre, and then replaced both front new tyres because I was starting to get a little bit long in the tooth, and the flat that I got really destroyed the tyre. But yeah, it's not an easy job on this thing, so I'm going to have to find a decent tyre spanner and yeah, get used to getting my hands dirty at times, because I haven't had my hands dirty in a long time. Clean job I've got. A big thank you to Ace Tyre Services at Heatherbrae for their call out. Hi guys, I want to explain a couple of changes that are going to go on with the Aussie road trip, or drone guy. I've been planning this trip now probably in the planning stages for the last year or so. I bought the Winnebago motorhome, tested it all out, saw how it worked, and I'm over the moon with the motorhome I got. It actually suits this trip fine. Got plenty of room, enough for another 5 people if I wanted to take them along with me. So the first year I focused on just learning video and filming what I do for a job, and the little trips I do now and then. So now the focus is going to be more on the actual road trip and some of the great locations I go to, instead of just really the commercial work I've been doing here. I will come back now and then to Newcastle to do the odd commercial job, or depends what the job is, but mainly I'm going to start the trip hopefully in January and head off and just discover some of the unseen or hidden away places that Australia has to offer.
So thank you for watching our video, we really appreciate it. Come join us on the journey, either through Facebook, Instagram, YouTube or our website.
Thank you for watching this video. Without your generous support we would not be able to produce these videos, so please go to our Patreon page and support us, or go to our YouTube channel and subscribe.